Hi there! Thank you for watching our pre-orientation video. This video should help you navigate through social interactions during your time abroad in the United States. Personal space differs from culture to culture, so it can be difficult to know what is the appropriate greeting and how close is too close. By the end of this video, you will have a better understanding of the social norms in the U.S., including suggestions for greetings, how close to stand to professors, and what space to allow between friends. Let's start with some underlying social principles. North America is a very individualistic society. This means individuals are encouraged to be themselves, but also means they tend to be more isolated and comfortable with distance. A general rule to live by while you are in the United States is to avoid initial physical contact. Touching is a very intimate act, so it's safe to say you should avoid touching when you first meet someone. This means don't put your arm around someone's shoulder, don't try to hold their hand, and don't kiss or touch their face. Of course, there is one exception: when you formally greet someone. In the U.S., we greet people with a firm handshake, like this. Two people stand an arm's length apart, extend their right hands, shake for 1 to 2 seconds, then let go. This greeting is often used the first time you meet someone and is mainly used in formal settings, like when you meet your professor for the first time or when you first arrive at a job interview. Now that you know how to greet someone, let's talk about the rules for public and private space. There are 4 space zones you will want to understand: public, social, personal, and intimate. The public zone usually refers to a large group event, such as classrooms, sport events, outdoor concerts, and places of worship. At public events, it is safe to keep 10 or more feet of space between you and other people, especially the presenter. However, if you attend a concert, for example, you will most likely be standing very close to the person next to you because there is limited space. In that case, if you do not know the person you are standing next to, you would keep your eyes forward and try not to interact with them. The social zone refers to social events, such as cocktail parties or receptions. It would be an event where you are expected to talk with people that you may or may not know. For these interactions, you will want to keep between 4 and 10 feet of space between you and the other person. Or in other words, keep a professional distance. When you are speaking to a professor, you would want to keep about 4 feet of space between you and them as a sign of respect. Personal space begins around 18 inches to 4 feet from another person. The closer 18-inch spacing is used when you speak with close friends and your boyfriend or girlfriend. If you were talking with new friends, you would stand a little bit further apart. An easy way to guess if you are standing at a good distance from someone is by standing face to face with them, extending your arm, and standing just so your fingertips barely touch their face. Of course, do this with a friend beforehand and not actually in a formal situation. The final zone is the intimate zone. It is reserved for only your closest friends, lovers, or immediate family members. This is the zone where touching is allowed, but it requires a lot of trust and permission from the other person to enter their intimate zone. Let's review. Touching is uncommon in most social interactions. When you greet someone for the first time, shake their hand for about 1 second. When you are in a public space, keep a large distance between you and others and try not to interact with others. If you are in a social setting, keep about 4 feet of space between you and the other person. If you are with people you already know and have a relationship with, it is okay to stand about 18 inches apart or 1 arm length apart. And the only time it is okay to touch someone is if you have their permission to enter their intimate zone. Otherwise, you might find yourself in a very awkward and uncomfortable situation. Now you're ready to start making friends and interact in your new community. Remember, if you forget the exact spacing, don't worry. Just observe the Americans around you, follow their cue, and act as they do.